Ah, and so yet another lesson begins. Thank you for being here, my dear ones. It is always a joy to speak with you. It is always a joy to address your beautiful souls who have come to that earth at this time to do wondrous things. It is always a pleasure, my dear ones, to be with you. So let's begin today's lessons. Today's lesson I would like to call Knowing Yourself. Do you truly know who you are? Do you know who you are beyond that physical body? Do you identify with a physical body? Do you identify with that name you were given when you came into that plane? Do you identify with your belongings? Do you identify with what you do every day? Perhaps your job, perhaps the school that you go to, perhaps the clothes that you wear, the uniform that you wear. Do you identify with physical things? Do you identify with the color of your skin? Do you identify with the sexual orientation that you might have? What do you identify as? What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You may not know at all, and I am here to have you examine that a little bit. For you are none of the things that I just mentioned. None of those things are who you truly are. Those things are the physical identity that you decided to take on when you came into that plane, and that is all. It is just your very, very temporary physical identity. But you, my dear ones, are much more than that. You, my dear ones, are that soul that has decided to take on that physical entity for a short while, to take on that physical entity for the purpose of growth, to take on that physical entity for a while, to impact upon that world and to impact upon other souls that have come to that world. For you see, you are far more than what you think you are. You are far more than what you appear to be. You are far more than what you think, than what you say. You are far more than you can ever really, truly appreciate on that plane. Your soul, your true self, is truly magnificent. Your soul, your true self, is energy. It is energy that is a unique in its own identity. You are a unique being, a unique field of energy, but you exist in an energetic whole that exists with all energies within it. You are part of the larger universal energy. It perhaps, as we have spoken about, is like saying you are a molecule of water in an ocean. You have your own identity, but you are all connected. And what does that truly mean, my dear ones? What does that truly mean to be this glorious soul who has come to that plane yet remains connected to all others? It means that your energy, the energy of your soul, has looked at where it is. When it has been last at our plane, when it has been last in the spiritual world, it looked at its energy and it looked where it had been and what it had done to reach the vibrational level that it was at. It looks at all of that and it decides if it wants to go in the same direction where it is and stay where it is, or does it want to grow and expand? Or does it want to assist another in growing and expanding? Or does it want to assist an entire world in growing and expanding? And if it does, then it will incarnate. And that beautiful, shining soul will enter into a body and prepare to live a life. And that life has been determined with careful consideration for what that life will entail, what that life will be composed of, what that individual will face in that life. So you see, your own soul has decided your own challenges. It has decided that perhaps you need growth in a certain part of your being, and therefore a certain challenge would be put before you to allow you the opportunity to grow. Perhaps it is decided that another is facing a challenge, and you can grow by helping that person through their challenge. There are so many ways to grow in this world, to expand your energy, to allow your soul to expand to a higher vibrational level while you are on this plane. But you see, there are also ways for that energy to contract. If you do not do as your soul had hoped that you would do, if instead you turn to the earthly emotions of greed or anger or hatred or judgment, then your soul can contract. And that is not what you want. That is not what you want. That is not what you want to do. So your soul, you see, is the determiner of your life. Your soul, your very own soul, has laid out your life in front of you. And your own soul has decided that you should be where you are right now, exactly where you are right now. And you can use your own free will, for free will is a very real thing. Once you become to that plane and you enter these challenges that your soul has laid out, you have the free will to decide how you will indeed face them. Will you face them the way your soul had planned? Will you face them with love and with growth? Or will you face them with anger? Will you face them with a feeling of hatred or fear or anxiety? Or will you trust and love and know that there is a purpose in all that is before you? That is who you truly are. You truly are that soul who has put a life ahead of you to allow you the opportunities to grow. And it is your free will that then faces that opportunity and can decide whether you will grow or whether you will not. You have the free will to do absolutely anything that you wish. You do not have to. Your life is not laid out in concrete that you have to do a certain thing. That is not how life works. No. The opportunities are laid out before you. The opportunities to grow, the opportunities to expand, or the opportunities to contract. You have opportunities, and it is your free will, your very own powerful free will, to decide which way you want to go. You are never a victim. You are never someone who is told what to do. You have the free will to do what you feel you must do. You have the free will to choose your soul. You have the free will to do things that feed that soul. Or you have the free will to decide not to. Not to choose your soul, to choose the physical. To choose physical power, to choose physical greed, to choose all those things that might be attractive on that plane, but they are not feeding your soul. They are not what your soul has laid out before you to be of benefit to you. You have the free will. No one can take that free will away from you. No one has power over your free will. You are the only one who has that power. So you are indeed a soul who has indeed outlined a life for you to live, outlined a path for you to follow, a path that is sprinkled with opportunities galore, opportunities to grow your own soul, to assist others, opportunities to do all good things, but also opportunities to go in another direction, one that is not of the light, one that is more of the darkness. And it is your free will at every single stage, every single step of your life to decide which way you will go. Will you follow the light or will you feed the darkness? It is your free will. It is your free will to choose. And, my dear ones, you need to understand that you are a very powerful being. That what you choose shapes what your future will be. You see, when you send energy into something, no matter what that something is, if that something is love and goodness and kindness, or if that something is hatred and anger, if you send energy into that, that is what grows and that is what you get more of in your life. For your energy is feeding into the energy of that emotion. And it grows and it expands in your life. So you have the power to determine your future. You have the free will to determine your future. Indeed, that does not mean that you will not face challenges if you decide that you just do not want any more challenges and you want a life of ease. That is not how it works. Your soul has determined those challenges to be before you. But your free will can decide if those challenges are met with love or if those challenges are met with darkness. And if those challenges are met with love, they will be overcome quickly and easily. Or they will be tolerated if they are not overcome. Some challenges last throughout that lifetime on that plane. And there are continual lessons to be learned. But your free will gives you the choice of what you want to do. Your free will gives you the choice of what you want to create. Your free will gives you the choice of what your future will be. You choose. No one else chooses. You are not a puppet. You are not someone who is under the direction of someone else. You are under the direction of your own soul. That is who you truly are. That is what you must know. That is what you must learn, is that there is no one else out there. It is you. It is you who is determining who you are and where you are going. And it is then your free will that decides how you will accept that, how you will encounter that, how you will move forward. So it seems very easy. It seems very easy to say, well, then I always choose the light. I always choose to be happy and face things with joy and acceptance and surrender, which is what you aim to do, which is what you strive to do, which is what with practice you will be able to do. But it takes practice to be able to accept and to surrender. It is not always easy on that physical plane because we hang on to things, do we not? Do we not on that physical plane hang on to things that we have? Do we not hang on to our emotions? Do we not hang on a bit to our victimhood feelings? Sometimes we're comfortable in them. But it is time to get beyond them. It is time to get beyond all those feelings of being held back because you have great power, you have great freedom. You have the ability to move forward. You have the ability to move forward, and the ability to move forward is surrounded in love. You need to dedicate your life to love, to acceptance, to accept that what your soul has laid out for you is what is best for your soul, and that is why you are there. You are not there for physical ease or comfort. You are there to develop your soul, and what your soul has laid out in front of you is indeed what you need to face. And when you realize that, and when you face it, and you face it with acceptance, then you move forward. And perhaps the challenges are a little less, because you have learned quite a lesson, have you not? So indeed, acceptance and surrender are very important. They are very important. They are more than just words. They are a way of life, where you accept things and you move on in love. You surrender to what your soul has put out for you, knowing that it is what is best for you. You surrender to that which is coming. But you do not surrender with helplessly. You surrender with the power to change. You can change what is coming. Surrender is not an idle word. Surrender is indeed an active word. It is, yes, I allow this to happen. I will not fight it, because in fighting it, I am not learning from it. It is teaching me nothing if I am just fighting it. However, if I experience it, and I experience it with love, and I open to what can be learned from it, then I am moving forward. That is the way to surrender. That is the way to surrender. So you see, knowing who you truly are is very important. Knowing who you truly are and knowing how your life has been laid out for you by your very own soul can lead to great joy, because you know that you are in charge. You know that there is no one else telling you what to do, and you know what you need to do to live a life successfully. Success has nothing to do with the physical things you have, nothing whatsoever. Success is when your soul has expanded in this lifetime, and that happens through love. That happens through love. It happens through acceptance. It happens through love for yourself and through love for every other being who you encounter and those who you do not. For you are all connected. You are all one. And when one benefits, all benefit. And so, my dear ones, know that you are powerful. Know that you are indeed being put upon to move forward in that life. And know that your soul is calling you to expand. Your soul is calling you to lead a life of love. Know that this beautiful, glorious, shining soul that you are knows what is best. You are only a manifestation of your soul. Know that when you move forward in love, when you move forward with connection to your own self, when you move forward knowing who you truly are, you will find much more peace, much more joy. You will find that you are able to accept what comes much more easily, and that you will be able to find joy in every day of your life. And that is a wonderful thing, is it not? So I will leave you, my dear, dear, dear ones, who are so deeply loved. I will leave you now with just this plea that you spend some time contemplating who you truly are, that you spend some time understanding that you are more than your physical being. Spend some time understanding that only you have the power over what is happening to you. Only you has the power as to how your future will turn out. Only you have the power to determine your life. So I leave you with much love, much unconditional love. I surround you with love. I send you forth as warriors for love in your own world. Spread love, be love, for you are very, very loved.